Alright, so today we're checking out two dress watches from two different brands. One Longines, one Hamilton, from my grandfather and father, respectively. So I want to preface the video by saying that this is less of a versus and more of a showcase. And we're going to start it with the Longines. So as we look here, face value, this is just a classic dress watch. Longines started in, I'm pretty sure, 1832, and then they started making wristwatches in 1927. And my grandfather bought this one here in particular in 1961. I couldn't give you an exact reference number for the watch, but there are a few things in the watch as far as the band and the mechanical movement inside that I did my research, and I'm almost positive are true on this watch here. So as we move into the specs, I guess 34 to 36 millimeters diameter and 7 to 8 millimeters thickness. When we take it off the pillow, we'll take a better look at the band, but Hadley Rome is a well-known name. And as far as the caliber, the 280, Longines started making that. They designed their own movement in-house, and that one started in 1940. So it would make sense, it puts in the right time range for them to have this watch when my grandfather bought it in 1961, for them to put that movement in this watch here. So we're going to take a look at it on the pillow here. Like I said in the beginning, Longines is a classic brand. They definitely withstand the test of time, not only with the mechanism inside, because you could see that sub-second dial is still ticking, but truly the design as well. It's timeless, it's classy, and we're going to go ahead and take it off here. So one thing that I liked really about it was the simplicity. I mean, you'll never go wrong with this one. This one will be, you still have watches being produced today that try their best to look like a Longines watch that was made in 1961. So flip it around, check the case back. It says 10K gold filled on the top of the case there. And then there's the Hadley Roma marking on the band there. The watch has been worn well, and I think that's a sign of a good watch and a good watch life, well lived for sure. It'll definitely be passed down, heirloom. So we're going to take a look at the movement there. Still moves nice, pretty smooth. The old video that I have of the HMT in one of my previous videos, that mechanism was pretty rough, and it was hard to crank in the beginning. This one is smooth, and I think that also goes to show the quality that Longines has as a brand. All their movements are, put through tests. And all their styles are, before they're put out, I'm sure, are ran through hundreds and hundreds of, probably thousands of people. But yeah, this is a classic watch. I mean, I really enjoyed researching it. Not only that, but putting it on my wrist as well, which we see here. So it wears well. Like I said, I have a really small wrist. In my last video, I think, or was my Casio video, I know actually, but that one was a 33 millimeter watch, and it wore well. This one's, I'm guessing, 34 to 36. The lug-to-lug is a bit long, as you can see there. But other than that, it wears well. It definitely does wear well. And I think that with, right care and things like that, this will definitely be a watch that could continue on working for however many, another 60 years after that. But so that pretty much wraps up this watch, and now we're going to go ahead and look into the next watch from my father, a Hamilton. So as we move into the Hamilton videos here, just a brief history of the brand in general I thought was interesting. Started in 1892 in Pennsylvania, but then they ended American manufacturing in 1969, and it went strictly to Switzerland. So now it's actually a Swiss watch brand. So as we can take a look here, some similarities across. Basically just the sub-second dial and a leather band. Other than that, it's different. The Longines had a gold face. This one's white with black Roman numerals around there, which is just a classic look for a dress watch as well. And it's not a mechanical wind. This is actually a quartz movement, so that knob there, crown, is just used for adjusting the time. So we look at the specs here. It's 35 millimeters, case diameter, 7 millimeters thick. Same band, leather, 18 millimeters, stainless steel case back on this one, and a quartz movement. This is the Hamilton 6210 registered edition. These watches, have some models that have mechanical that were produced in around the 60s, but this one with the quartz movement primarily started production around the 80s and 90s. And that also places it at the right time when my dad got it as a gift from my mother in 1992. So we're going to take a closer look at the Hamilton watch here. It's very clean. It also has a long lug-to-lug. I think that's pretty standard across dress watches. We'll go ahead and take it off the pillow here so we can look at the back, and you can see the model on the back there with the stainless steel case back. But I really like the look of this one, the white dial with the black markers, black hands, and the black sub-second dial as well. I mean, that's a classic look for a dress watch. I know Hamilton's more known that they're kind of trendy in film. They were in Interstellar, they were in Men in Black, as far back as Elvis Presley's movie. I forget the name of that one. And also they have that weird model in 2001: A Space Odyssey. But they're extremely well known. They're also had some watches produced in World War II, one being still popular to this day, the Hamilton Khaki Field, which I would love to get my hands on to review. But there, as you turn it around, I like the contrast between the stainless steel and then the gold on the edges of the case there. And we're going to take a look at it on wrist here. Pretty similar look to the Longines, lug-to-lug wise. I feel like the only major difference is going to be the actual dial itself. But you still have that classic Hamilton print on there. Super classy. Both watches are great. And that's pretty much it for those. And I'll take this time at the end to just reiterate and say thank you to everybody that subscribed. I know that this video is a little bit different. It's a throwback video to some vintage watches. I wanted to expand myself a little bit, challenge myself, do some research. But next week I'll be trying to do a video every 7 days. I know this one was a little bit longer gap, and I apologize, but it won't be that again, and I'll see you guys in the next one.